It's my favorite running gag.
We just started. And that's our intro song. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Oh my goodness,
that's so loud.
I'm dropping.
That's so loud.
I'm dropping the thunder. Okay, we need somebody to send us an intro song.
Do it, please.
Or we're just gonna keep randomly doing these things.
I'm running out of things to play on this. Like,
Right?
I literally just came up with that one today, and I'm like, I can't.
That's what I'm talking about. So today, welcome everybody to Pontification Station, where we pontificate about things. Today, it is a special day. It is a very, very special day. I am here, Angel, a.k.a. Profe. We have Javier, a.k.a. Pickle. And we have the one and only Steven B. Tyler. That's right. He be Tyler.
It's a me.
He's not Mario. He be Tyler. So here's what's happening today. Today we're going to do a little bit of a review of 2021. 2021. We're going to be sharing, and you can share with us on the stream. For those of you listening to the podcast, we do go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on gote.tv, or just go to Twitch and look for Gamers on the Edge. That's where we are.
You know what?
What's that?
As an overall rating, I would give 2021 365 watches.
That's very good. I like that.
That's a callback. Go back and watch our previous episodes.
That is a callback. So today we're going to talk about favorite games that you played in 2021. They don't have to have been released in 2021, although I would like to know what your favorites are that were released in 2021. Also, what games you played the most. Let's just jump in with that one. Let's just jump in with games you played the most, and I'll start off with an easy one here. For me, Forza Motorsports.
That is your jam.
That is my jam. Every Tuesday night, I've been playing that sucker since Forza 2. Once a week with a crew. I hate to say this. It was my favorite game, and at the same time my most disappointing game. Because they took certain things out of the game that really hurt my feelings. They need to fix, please Forza, hope you're listening, need to fix the drafting. The drafting is just garbage. It used to be so good in previous games. In this game, you can't pass anybody by drafting. The whole idea of drafting and slingshot non-existent in Forza 7, and it disappeared about halfway through it. I don't know what happened, what they did, but it was there at the beginning of the release, and then later on it just poof, disappeared. I see Javier smiling. You guys can't see him smiling.
It's a pained smile.
It's a what?
It's a pained smile.
It's a pained?
Let me.
So
all right. Javier's in pain. And one of the things we do while pontificating is we interrupt each other. And that is 100% acceptable here.
Yeah, I need to do the math.
Okay, so Javier's doing the math. Oh, you're looking up when Forza 2 was released?
No.
I'm telling you, if you look it up, I've been playing with these dudes for a while. But yeah, that was one of the things. They also took out the drivatars out for this one, which was a little disappointing, because one of the crazy things that we used to do that we really enjoyed in Forza 6 was we would put a bunch of VW vans on the track in an oval, and then we get in NASCAR vehicles and had to kind of run the obstacle course while we were racing with VW vans in the way. It was entertaining. Probably not the most realistic thing, so I understand. But, man, it was a whole lot of fun. So, yeah, I would say that's the number one game I've played the most. I would say after that, Borderlands 3. I played a whole lot of Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
My best friend from high school back in 19, and then yeah, we've been playing since.
Yeah.
Let's see. Graduated in high school from '89, so we've been playing video games together since like '86 or so. So, and yes, he still comes over, even though we're in our 50s. Although I'm 50, he's 50 now. Even though we're both 50, he still comes over, and we play video games till dark 30. So Borderlands would be another game that we've been playing quite a bit. And Earth Defense Force.
Another good game.
Oh, it's so good. Earth Defense Force.
Just goofy.
It's
Goofy fun.
So you have to play with somebody. If you guys have not tried Earth Defense Force, try it out. It's a great game. You have to play with somebody else. It is not a fun game if you're playing by yourself.
No, it's so.
I mean, we have a technique. So
Your technique is so boring. I'm gonna be honest.
I love our technique.
So boring.
If it works, it works.
No. So the way our technique works is, Alan takes big rocket launchers. So for those of you who don't know, we've been invaded by giant, and I mean giant, spiders and ants and all.
Literally
and
Starship
frogs.
Troopers.
Yeah, these things are massive. They're like buildings tall. And speaking of buildings, that's our technique. They hide behind the buildings, except for Alan takes a rocket launcher. He tears down all the buildings, and then I take homing rockets and then I shoot them. So that's our technique. We destroy the world in order to save it.
Of course. I mean, how else would you do it?
Yeah.
But see, the reason I say that it's boring is because they blow up all the buildings. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then they choose lock-on missiles for their other weapon. And there's absolutely no aiming, so they just sit there and hold the right trigger and pretend it's fun. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
No, see,
there's
but
no
the thing
aiming.
So the thing is, you have the other one is for, so you get two weapons, and my other one is a short-range weapon, because unfortunately, that technique only works so long before the spiders jump on your head, and you got to pull out the shotgun or the assault rifle and then just shoot them close range. So that's where the skill. There is no skill in this game.
There's no skill.
That's where the skill comes in.
Just choose a gun that you have to aim. That's all I ask.
There's too many.
There are too many. You try all of them anyway.
I do try all the weapons. My OCD can't handle having, like, weapons that say new next to them. The moment there's a weapon that says new next to it, I immediately jump in and I gotta go get into that thing. Yeah, but yeah, I do try them all.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, so what have you been playing, Mr. Stevie Tyler?
Well, so I looked it up earlier. According to Steam, because I play my PC more than I have almost everything except the PS5 and the Series X, because I just don't see appeal right now for me.
Right.
At least that's the excuse I keep telling myself for the lack of availability. Anyway, Binding of Isaac, mainly because this year in March they released the final big expansion for Binding of Isaac. Yeah, it's big, huge. It, like, literally might as well have just been like Binding of Isaac 2, and I'm a huge Binding of Isaac fan. I love all kinds of roguelites and
how much time
roguelites. 800 hours.
Oh, that's absolutely rookie numbers, my friend.
I know. Well, that's the thing. Because the problem is
let me go backwards real quick. Hold
on. Before you do.
No, because nobody knows what the problem is because they don't know.
No, I don't have a. I'm not explaining the problem.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm good at the game. That's why it's only 800 hours.
But my aunt from Puerto Rico doesn't know anything about the game. You got to tell her about the game.
I don't think your aunt from Puerto Rico wants to know about this game.
She does. That's what I'm saying.
No, not this game.
So
not this game.
Tell us about this game.
So
that you've been playing.
Binding of Isaac is probably actually one of the most successful indie games. It kind of, when you think indie game, this is one of the games that always comes up. It was created by Edmund McMillan. If you've heard of Super Meat Boy, he also created that.
I've heard of Ed McMahon.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. No, but if you've ever seen, man, what's that movie that came out a few years ago? The indie movie or whatever. It's like that talks about independent development. He's like one of the main people behind that movie. But anyway, Binding of Isaac is a Legend of Zelda like game in the sense of top down. You're dungeon crawling, but it's randomly generated, and hence the roguelike attributes to the.
So who wants to play this game?
Him.
People
Obviously,
that love.
He spent 800 hours on it.
Right. But I mean, for
people that like risk reward, people that like, you know, the further that like as you progress, you kind of get the same reason why people like Souls games now, like that challenge, like the actual reward from like an actual challenge, and the game's not going to hold your hand. This isn't something that like curves to you. Like you gotta exactly. You gotta get good or go home kind of thing, and I like the challenge from that game, and just that feeling of like I have spent 5 hours on this one objective alone. I keep failing, but then when you finally, on 5 hours and 30 minutes, you finally achieve it. Greatest feeling ever. You know, that sense of accomplishment of finally getting that, you hit that milestone. That game offers that.
Get good.
Troves.
Is the whole get good thing?
Not necessarily. You know, even not getting good is just that. You know, actual hard work paying off.
Non-getting good.
Yeah, just hard work paying off. Basically, game's full of that.
I'm tweeting that out. Non-getting good.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure what that means, but I like the sound of it. For all you non-getting good players out there,
just cheese it if you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the game I probably played the most.
Right.
That I have the most fun playing it. Technically, yeah. You know, even it kicked my butt a lot, almost every time actually, but I still had fun playing it. But as far as like, yeah. I mean, as far as most played, it was that as well as Destiny 2, just because play with a very certain group of people every week, so that just kind of adds
shout
up
out
time
to
no
a
matter
certain
what.
group of people.
Yep, and Final Fantasy
like
14.
Those certain group of people.
They're good peeps. Good peeps.
Good peeps.
And again, 14 because it's an MMO, so it's expected to have a lot of playtime.
Yeah.
What about you, Javier? What'd you get?
So you want to know why I?
Oh boy, I know what he did. Now I realize what he did.
Why I said that was amateur numbers?
Mm-hmm.
The stupid amount of time he's put into Apex.
I've put a lot of time.
Well, that's
into
a different
Apex
kind of
Legends.
game.
But that's still the game I've put the most time into. When
fair enough, yeah.
Rounding up, I've spent 1,500 hours in that game in the past year. And that's literally a fifth of my year to Apex Legends.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of time. But hey, I got to Diamond.
That's right.
So I can now say that I'm top 11%.
Did you build relationships? Did you make friends?
I've made through Apex
at least half a friend.
One.
There. Hey, you made a friend out of it.
I made a friend.
You had some accomplishments. But you had fun.
To be honest, it was at a Smash event, so technically it was Smash, and then we just play Apex now.
Listen, but Apex was still involved. What the point I'm making is 1,500 hours not wasted.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I didn't say wasted. Hey, I'd put more into it if I had more time.
Yeah, wasted. I mean, Lil Phil put most of his time into Smash Ultimate. I wouldn't say that's wasted. I'm just saying that's what he did.
I mean, how am I going to eventually become the world's top Apex Legends commentator?
That's right.
If I don't put time into the game,
he's working. He's gonna work it out. I don't know.
Straight up, I would commentate Apex tomorrow.
So Lothar just joined us. He missed the part where I was talking about. Yeah, you gotta go back into the podcast. Look up the podcast, Pontification Station. But yeah, he's one of the guys that was racing with us in Forza 2 way back in the day. Forza 2 was so ridiculous because, again, I know we're talking about 2021, but man, we were hardcore. We would get up like at 3 o'clock in the morning to qualify, and then we'd look at the times to make sure we qualified just right, because if you qualified too fast, you'd end up in a lobby you didn't want to be in, or if you qualified too slow. So we try to hook up our qualifying times to make sure we didn't have to race at 3 a.m.
Keep in mind that he also did this as a school teacher.
Yeah, I was a
so he would
teacher.
do this, and then he would go teach.
Yes. Yes. I was a school teacher at the time and try to set up my qualifying time so I wouldn't have to get up in the middle. Man, I can't believe I set up my alarm to get up in the middle of the night to race so that I could continue. Yep, that's what we did.
Quick shout out to Lothar for putting me onto hot dogs with ketchup and mustard. I do like that. That is good. So thank you.
That's the random.
I saw Lothar and I just thought of it. It's the
ADHD.
It's what can I say?
That's true. Facts. Absolute facts.
Facts.
And you guys still have speaking of facts, we're gonna take a small break here. You guys, now that we covered the game we play the most, this is the part of the show where I torture these guys by asking them subjective questions sometimes, and other times objective questions. These are supposed to be objective questions. However, I did Google most played video games in 2021, and then I went to the 7th page of Google. I'm going deep here, okay? Then I went to the 7th page of Google.
Bangladesh Gaming.
And I found the games that were most played in each state. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all 50, okay? I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I grabbed 12. And this is straight up numbers. So you get one for each one.
It's still better than Janker. I mean Ranker.
All right. So Lothar doesn't know. So Lothar, give me a number from 1 to 533. We'll wait for him to give us a number, and let's see what number he gives us. If he doesn't give us a number real quick, I'm just gonna let's see. Oh, you know what? Steven, say now at any moment.
Now at any moment.
Oh, perfect. So it was on 27, the timer. Oh, wait. It doesn't matter because Lothar said 113.
Yep,
so 113 means that Javier gets to go first because
I'm odd.
Javier's odd and even Steven. So had he picked an even number, it would have been Steven going. But Javier's the odd one. So, all right, Javier. First state. This is an easy one. We're going with Alabama. What game do you think was most played according to the time in that state?
Fortnite.
Ooh, Javier gets 1 point. Fortnite it is.
I swear if it's Fortnite.
No,
50 times.
So I will tell you that I did not repeat any of the games. So Fortnite is no longer
so
on
I
here.
got...
Wow, he got the super guess. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no...
rigged.
There were like 16 states where Fortnite was number one. So I only grabbed one. All right, Javier, Arkansas.
Arkansas, Madden.
No. Steven?
That's a solid guess, though. Arkansas for this year. What games came out this year? I don't know.
No, these are just the games that were most played.
Ever?
It was most played this year, but not like they didn't have to come
in
out
that state. They didn't have to be new games.
Call of Duty.
No, Javier. You can ask one question to get a hint.
NASCAR's a good answer, by the way, Lothar.
What kind of game is it?
I can't answer that one. Ask me
That means it's a shooter.
Is it a shooter?
No.
I didn't think it was.
Not a shooter. So go for it. You get another chance. Arkansas.
Hello Kitty's Island Adventure.
Arkansas. Number one game. Farming Simulator.
No.
So,
Steven, you can ask one question.
When I think of Arkansas, I think of garbage internet, honestly, because I know Little West does not have great internet. So I'm gonna think of a game that does not need great internet.
Do you want to ask a question, or are you gonna go with it?
Oh, okay. Is this a game that's been around for a very long time?
Yes.
World of Warcraft.
Yes, it is.
Hey, that's what I was literally gonna say World of Warcraft before me asking you that too.
So 1-1.
Just think of a game that just doesn't need internet really, because let's be honest, World of Warcraft. Yeah.
All right, so 1-1. All right, Steven, California.
California. Oh, actually, that is kind of tough. Actually, I don't know that demographic at all. It's a popular game in California.
It's not Skate 3.
Yeah, so that's what the only thing that comes to mind with California is like skating games.
These are all major games.
Yeah. All major games.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Call of Duty again.
No. Javier?
All right.
California?
California.
Minecraft.
No. I'm gonna just tell you this one then.
Wait, I have an answer.
All right. You go. You got one?
If it's
go.
possible.
I have another guess.
Go.
Yeah. We'll do 2 each.
Go.
Okay. Halo.
No.
Okay.
Animal Crossing.
Overwatch.
Ew.
Oh.
Right.
I like Overwatch, but
Right.
Animal Crossing, I'm surprised
Right.
I didn't even think of a good answer.
Javier, back to you. Oh, no, we're back to Steven. Florida.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Smash Bros.
Take a walk on the wild side. No.
Call of Duty.
No. I'm just gonna tell you guys, Call of Duty is not on the list.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead, Steven.
Let me guess.
It's Florida.
Is Florida the outlier here?
It's Florida. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
No, Grand Theft Auto.
No, Javier,
Okay.
it's Florida.
Florida. See, when I think of Florida, I think of...
Oh, come on.
You think?
You gotta say something.
Is it Madden?
No. Okay, I'm gonna give you one hint, and whoever says it first. All right, here we go. It's Florida.
Animal Crossing.
No, that was your hint.
Florida.
Yep. Come on.
FIFA.
It is FIFA.
Of course it's FIFA.
You know what? I should have.
You know what's funny? I was in between Madden and FIFA.
Yep, FIFA it is. So
And I was
Javier
like,
takes
do
the
we
lead.
have more Southerners or do we have more Hispanics in the state that play
Yeah,
video
and
games?
that was my fault. I didn't dip into the Hispanic community. That was my fault. My Cuban family is
FIFA,
pissed
number
right
one
now.
in Florida in 2021.
What do you mean? I am your Cuban family.
Javier's up 2-1. All right,
Puerto
Georgia, Javier.
And Cuban.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's Puerto Cuban.
Yeah, man.
I'm
I didn't know
Puerto
that.
Rican.
I knew the
Cuban.
Puerto Rican part.
Yeah, he's Puerto Cuban or Cuba Rican. I'm
Oh,
not.
my
we're not
bad.
really
Well,
sure.
my entire step family is Puerto Rican. Damn it, Cuban. Almost got me. Got Puerto Rican in my brain.
Yeah, we're sister islands. It's okay. All right,
Fair
Javier,
enough.
Georgia.
Georgia. Oh,
Georgia.
Madden.
Georgia. You, sir?
Not Madden.
Not Madden.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, like, don't do that to me, because maybe I want to not guess Madden. I'm sticking with Call of Duty. One of these is Call of Duty.
I told you
just
none
said
of them is
none
Call
of
of
them
Duty.
are Call of Duty.
Oh, they meant like with that specific one.
No,
Damn it!
none of them are Call of Duty, and none of them are Madden.
They meant that specific.
Nope,
Yeah,
nope.
my bad.
None of them are Call of Duty. None of them are Madden.
Taking a loss on that one.
Huh?
Oh, it's still my turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're okay. You give me a pass,
Georgia.
God. Georgia. Most played game in Georgia. I don't know Georgia. I mean, even I just got back from Georgia. What do they play?
Colorado was Overwatch, by the way, little Phil.
Really?
Yeah. I skipped it only because California was also Overwatch, and I didn't want to repeat any.
And again, we're not doing any repeats.
Nope.
Got it. So definitely not Fortnite then.
Nope.
Just to piss off Pickle. Apex Legends.
No. All right, guys. Here we go. I'm going to give you a hint. And Animal Crossing. It's a hint. Whoever says it, the game first.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Fire Emblem.
Smash.
Yes. Smash
Oh,
Bros.
what
I was just starting to say stuff from
Oh my god.
Georgia Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Just the 5-second deafening silence after you said Animal Crossing.
All right, Javier, you're up to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Give me something. Give me something good.
Hawaii. Is Hawaii Animal Crossing?
No. Steven?
Subnautica.
No. Known for the abbreviation.
Oh, GTA.
Nope. You just shout it out if you're Hawaii. This game's known for its abbreviation. It's you see it abbreviated all the time.
God, we did this on a previous episode, and I forgot all the abbreviations.
Or a lot of times people just refer to it by the first name.
League of Legends.
It sure is. Oh, 3-2. All right, it's back on your side. Indiana.
Does that feel when you lose a little bit of respect for Hawaii?
Indiana, Steven.
Indiana. Man. What does Indiana play? My brother lives in Indiana. I'm trying to think of like any game that he plays.
Bass Pro Fishing.
Which one you go with?
Oh my god, I don't know Indiana.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna keep saying. Almost like Call of Duty, just as a joke.
No. So which one you saying?
Screw it, Halo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it. You didn't.
You actually thought I was gonna say Call of Duty.
All right, Javier.
Come
on.
I thought he was gonna say it. I don't know, Apex Legends?
It sure is. 4-2, Indiana, Apex. Javier, New York.
New York, Pandemic.
I love that game.
Man, what does New York play?
Maryland was in the list, Lothar.
Final Fantasy.
No. I'll have to look what Maryland was. Alright, what you got, Steven? You're down by 2.
Really?
Yeah. It's New York. They take this seriously. They take Grand Theft Auto seriously.
I'm sure they do.
Wait, there's no way.
Javier?
Don't tell me it's MLB.
It is MLB.
Ah, that's so disgusting.
New York, MLB. All right, Javier's up by 3. Javier, you need to get all 3 of these, Steven. Utah, Javier.
Utah? Oh, that's got to be Madden.
No.
No, still?
I already told you Madden wasn't even on the list.
You didn't tell us that. You told us Call of Duty wasn't on the list.
I said Call of Duty or Madden.
Did you hear that, Steven?
Yeah, because Steven was the one that said Madden, and I told him it wasn't on there at all. All right, Steven.
Yeah, I said Call of Duty. NHL.
No. Utah.
Just keep up.
All right, here we go, guys.
Keep up with the sports.
All right,
no, Utah has a lot.
Here we go. I'm giving hints here for both of you. If you build it, they will come.
Minecraft.
Minecraft it is. Javier's killing it right now.
I thought that was gonna be MLB again. That's a baseball movie. God.
All right, so at this point, Javier's won. Washington State. You can both answer.
Stardew Valley.
Let's all pretend Twilight never happened here.
Animal Crossing. So it is Twilight.
I don't get that one. That one's
it's the whole werewolf thing. That's Animals Crossing. Anyway, no. Wyoming is the last one that I had on the list.
Wyoming?
Oh yeah, this is so perfect for Wyoming. After driving through Wyoming...
I'm surprised people play video games in Wyoming.
After driving through Wyoming, this is the perfect game for Wyoming.
I don't even know what Wyoming looks like.
Red Dead Redemption.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeehaw.
It was so good.
Yeah.
All right, so back to our program in progress. So we talked about the games that we played the most. What about games released in 2021?
In what regard? Like, yep, they exist.
Yeah, well,
they came out.
No. Your favorite 2021 release games.
Favorite release, got it. See, that's hard because I really don't know. Because like a lot of great games came out this year.
Which is really funny because I don't have a whole lot. I mean, honestly, I have two. I have Halo because I've been such a Halo fan from the get-go, from, Halo 2. I mean, my gamer tag, Profe Loco, comes from students. For those of you who don't know the story, way back in the day, I was teaching Spanish. This is when Halo 2 first came out.
Yeah.
I was teaching Spanish, and I would have the students bring in Halo to the classroom, and we'd play the game, and I'd have them talk to each other in Spanish in order to tell each other where they were or what they were doing or blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. They could cheer for each other in Spanish. Anyway, it went so well. They actually learned a lot, believe it or not. And on top of that, for Christmas, the students got together, the whole high school, instead of, a lot of times as a teacher, you get like a mug or you get something else. They got together and bought me an Xbox and Halo so that I would play online with them. And then, so they came up with a gamer tag because I was like, well, you guys bought it, so I'm going to let you come up with a gamer tag. And they already called me Profe, short for professor. So they just decided on Profe Loco, and my gamer tag has been Profe Loco since Halo 2, never changed it. I'm glad they came up with something good because it would have been awful to come up with some stupid name. So Profe Loco worked, and so I've been a Halo fan from the get-go. This was the first time, though, in a bit that I was excited about a Halo game. Like the rest of them, I was just like, I'm just going to buy it, even if it's bad. But this was the first time where I was like, okay, this is going to be good, and I'm excited about this one.
I was excited for 3. 4 was okay. 5, whatever.
Right.
But Infinite was such a...
It's a throwback.
It was a return to form in a lot of ways. Yes. It feels very much like the old ones. Like, it still has a lot of the new stuff that adds more to the game.
Well, let's ask the professional here. For those of you who don't know, the one and only, the amazing Steven Q. Tyler actually works for Microsoft. What were your thoughts about this game as it was getting talked about and things were starting to leak out?
So, I learned, it's actually my experiences working at GameStop. I learned to never overhype over a game unless you really, 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 really trust the company.
Yeah.
And at that point, I did not really trust the company. I work for you guys. Don't take that out of context. What I'm saying is, I didn't like Halo 5. I didn't like Halo 5 that much.
Right.
I didn't like Halo 4 at all.
Yeah.
Halo 5 did the stuff, they took the right direction with the multiplayer with Halo 5. Halo 5 multiplayer was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Not Halo 2, Halo 3 levels, but it's hard to kind of capture that same kind of feeling. It was different back then. It was different back then.
It's more than a feeling.
Yeah. But
more than a feeling.
I think one of my only gripes with Halo Infinite is that they do have a lot of the stuff from Reach where you can add on little bits and pieces to your armor. And really. the armor does look it looks more rough than 4 and 5. That was always one of my gripes about 4 and 5. That it all just looked so polished, and it didn't really feel like you were this true battle hardened warrior. But I don't like how you are restricted to different suits. I don't like how you can't just toss a helmet with a different suit or shoulders onto a different suit. It just doesn't It doesn't
the
feel...
real problem is not the mixing and matching. It's the fact that it is locked behind a paywall, basically.
Yeah.
And you get it through progression, yeah, but it'll take you 35 hours to unlock one piece of armor that only fixates on an armor set that you don't want to use.
They need to give you more more XP for the passes passively. Like, you need to get more from just playing games than you do right now, because all of it's essentially behind these arduous tasks.
No, it's behind incentives. Like, hey, get 2 headshots within a 3-second time limit. What if you suck at the game?
Yeah,
like me.
Because you get.
I mean, I've always liked Halo, but I've never been good at it.
Right, yeah. And there's people that are like either really good and great, but like there's people that also aren't the best, but they can still get fun out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll still they're still having fun. Having a KD of 1.0.
Right.
But my problem so far is that it really is punishing players. Like, even intermediate skilled players are being punished. Like, unless you are an MLG god, you're not going to actually unlock these things anytime soon.
Right.
So that's the big problem. The other problem for me too is the no hard collision. The soft collision is really bad. You don't. Halo is not a long range firing. It's not like Call of Duty or Battlefield where you don't want to get close to your enemy unless you have an advantage. Halo, you're all about closing that distance as much as you can. And when half of the guns are close range, you're gonna melee. You have to melee in that game. Like, half the almost every common encounter in Halo is melee. And the fact that you're no longer bouncing off of each other, you're kind of going through each other, that just ruins the entire gameplay that people have been used to for 21 years.
Yeah.
So,
other games in 2021 for me, and I'll let you guys jump in and tell me what yours were, but it's unfortunate it died out so quickly. But I really enjoyed Knockout City.
Oh, Knockout City is a blast.
Knockout City was so good, and again, it was kind of short-lived.
I don't know why it was so short-lived, because
it's a great game.
It's not like the gameplay itself was stale or anything. I think it was the lack of incentives to play. Like, there wasn't a whole lot that you would earn. Similarly to Halo, but Halo has a long-standing name, and it's a people are gonna play it no matter what, just because it's Halo.
Right.
And Knockout City didn't have that, and their lack of incentives at game launch I think it killed it.
What about you guys?
I have a list. There's so many games. Most of mine are indie, actually. Risk of Rain 2. The official release was early this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like January. Gunfire Reborn, another great game. Webbed was a great what's it called? It's a great physics game. You actually play as a spider, and you have to use your webs to get different places and to lift different objects and solve puzzles. What else?
Well, while you're thinking of others, let me go back to Risk of Rain, because that was a fun game. It's one of the few games that I could watch and never play, and it was still entertaining. Like, just I was in the same room while they were playing and yelling at each other, because that's part of it.
There's a lot of yelling.
Yeah. As they're trying to work together, it was quite entertaining to watch. Even though I wasn't playing it, so I did really enjoy that game. It's really funny because there are certain games that I really enjoyed, even though I never played them, but I was just watching somebody else play it.
Yeah.
That's one of them for sure. Red Dead Redemption 2 was another one that I really enjoyed just watching. I felt like I was watching a movie, especially when David messed up and he accidentally killed somebody instead of shaking their hand. One of those things as he's running out of town. So, what about you, Steven?
My favorite game, it's not that it is my favorite game of 2021, but it's more so of like the significance of it, like the impact it had, and just how important that this game came out, especially in 2021. And that's Metroid Dread.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played it yet, but it's
my man, get on it.
So tell us about that one.
About Metroid Dread,
yeah,
or like
who
why
needs to play it?
Oh, everybody.
My aunt in Puerto Rico is wondering what kind of game it is.
Does she have a Nintendo Switch? She's got to get it. Metroid. It's in the name Metroid. It's a Metroidvania style game. You're exploring this planet that is very interesting, an alien world, and you're literally finally the latest sequel in Samus's journey. But it's important that it came out because it's Metroid. Metroid has been Nintendo has this horrible notoriety of like, hey, here's a lot of games that have defined genres, who like created people the way they are. We're gonna keep it in our pockets for the rest of eternity. I'm looking at you, F-Zero. Like just games like that. And for the longest time it was also Metroid. The last real Metroid game we had was 8 years ago, you know. And everything in between that was a remake for 3DS, which made by the same people that made Metroid Dread, Mercury Steam, fantastic company. And that Federation Forces that pissed off a lot of people for 3DS. So a very important game, Metroid, that created a lot of other subgenres. Like if that didn't come out, like a lot of games that you know and love probably would not exist. But just great game. And again, not because the Metroid. No, the game itself is just phenomenal. I've never felt a game that felt so tight in controls, that had nothing but amazing pacing, and just incentivizes you to like play optimally. It's just chef fingers all day for that game. Phenomenal game. If you're a fan of Metroid, fantastic. If you're not, you will become one if you play this game. Kind of like that's how good it is. Yeah. It's a mandatory must buy if you have a Nintendo Switch. Because I've had several people ask me like, hey, I'm buying Switch for X person. What game should I give them?
Metroid.
I always say Metroid Dread. No, seriously, I always recommend Zelda, Odyssey, Mario Odyssey, and now Metroid Dread, and Animal Crossing.
What about some older games that kind of made their way back into your perspective here? That all of a sudden like, oh yeah, this is good. Like for instance, for me, Hellblade.
Yes,
yeah. And it was really funny because we talked about this. Guys, those of you listening to the podcast, go back and listen to part 1, I think it was, of the Game Awards, where I was talking about the second Hellblade game. They had the trailer on there, and the trailer was like, okay, decent. And at the very end of the trailer, the big giant says, "Help me save her," and I was like, okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And I went back to play the first one because I'd never even... I was so out of the loop on this. Somehow this game completely skipped my radar. I never saw it, never heard of it. I turned it on, and I gotta tell you, at the very beginning, when you turn it on, it tells you that it is made for headsets. It's not lying. You need to play this game. Hellblade, the first one, it's on Game Pass. Go play it. You need to put on the headset on. It's so good. You're listening to the voices. The voices are talking to you. They're arguing with each other. I'm on the verge of going crazy myself. And as these characters are talking to me and arguing with each other, man, that was a pleasant surprise in 2021. Again, just an older game. Another older game that I ran into was Mutant League Football. I found it and I was like, wow, this is old school. Just to play something stupid and fun with my buddy who comes over. So those are the two games that I would say were older games that I went back to in 2021. You guys got any of those you went back to?
I found For the King this year. And For the King, for anybody who doesn't know, it's very...
From my aunt in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's very... it's almost like a D&D campaign in the fact that you have your party and there's a quest that you have to do, and every single thing you do on the board and in fights you have to roll for. So you could get a critical hit, or you could get a critical fail and you end up hurting yourself. You walk up to a chest and it's like you have to roll for perception. And you can roll and see that it's all fine, or you could get the absolute worst roll you can, and then you end up opening a mimic. It's super cool, great game, great replayability, to be honest. It is pretty difficult though. Okay. There's dancing rat. But that's definitely one of them. What other games?
What about you, Steven?
I picked up. Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry, I've become rat. I've picked up Phantasy Star Online again, and not Phantasy Star Online 2, the one that came out. I'm talking about the one from 2000, originally made for Dreamcast. I've been
wow.
Yeah, I've been replaying that. Have you guys ever played Phantasy Star Online?
I have not.
I played it on the Dreamcast.
I have it for Dreamcast.
That's awesome.
But anyway, yeah. So I've been replaying that. And Javier, if you're not familiar with Phantasy Star Online, imagine Diablo 2, but okay. Third person. Yeah, but Diablo 2, but third person sci-fi, created by Sonic Team.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So that, like, Sonic has jokes, we all know, but imagine, like, like Sonic is so, like, bright, like the contrast is always super high. Sonic has a certain aesthetic to it, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine if that team actually got serious in creating like an actual cool world with like fascinating looking characters and like a sci-fi perspective, like literally cyberpunk, sci-fi, futuristic kind of thing. That Phantasy Star Online, literally Diablo 2, third person sci-fi game.
That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, it's so fun, very addicting, and it 4-player. In fact, it was the first ever game to have like actual multiplayer on a console. It was the first game to actually take advantage of Dreamcast being able to play multiplayer on a console. It was the first game to do that. So if Phantasy Star Online had not done that, Call of Duty would not be playing on consoles, at least not in the same way that it is. So,
all right.
Fun fact.
Well, let's do this here. Before we close out, I need to torture you guys out one more time. This is what we do around here. This time, I went to Google and I put it. So one of the complaints I got before about one of these games was, oh, that's an old survey. So I found a new one just for you, Steven.
I like old surveys, though.
I Googled most played video games in November of 2021. And this was posted in December. And I went to the Google page 5. And I found this. I'm going.
You no longer want these to be fun.
I'm going deep. But
oh, by the way, the reason why I picked this Resident Evil 8 as my background, that's another one of my games that glad it came out this year. So
absolutely. So here it is. This is going to be the messed up feud. So we have 10 answers on the board. And if you guess number 1, you get 1 point because it's the easiest. You guess number 10, you get 10 points. All right. And again, this is most played video games in November of 2021. I mean, this just happened. Steven, we're going to have you go first. What are your answers?
Halo Infinite.
No.
It came out in November. Oh. The multiplayer came out in November, more specifically.
All right.
That's why.
I'm going to give you a mulligan because of that. All right? Go ahead. Give me another answer.
Fortnite.
Fortnite's number 1. You get 1 point. What else?
Call of Duty Vanguard.
No. Believe it or not, Call of Duty was not one of the most played games in November. Javier? Minecraft number 7. Javier has 7 points on the board.
And I almost hit end call really quickly.
Apex number 5. Javier's got 12 points.
What else has been big?
November 2021 games.
World of Warcraft.
No.
Didn't think so.
All right, Steven. He's got 12 points. You got 1. You got to make a comeback here.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing was not.
No, Animal Crossing unfortunately died.
The new update came out in October.
Yeah.
That kind of created.
Javier, what you got? You got 12 points.
What's been on Twitch?
Most played games.
Most played games.
November 2021.
November 2021.
Yep. Your answer is?
My answer is Final Fantasy?
No, sir. All right, Steven, what you got?
That baffles me because a lot of people were playing before Endwalker came out.
Well, this is only November, so.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
No Battlefield. Javier, man, you guys are. There's a couple I'm surprised you guys haven't said yet. What you got, Javier?
I need to hire an editor for you.
Your answer is?
My answer is pending.
No, not on there. All right, Steven, what you got? He's still winning 12-1.
Pokemon?
No Pokemon. Oh, man.
Not even Diamond and Pearl.
Nope.
Resident Evil.
No Resident Evil.
FIFA.
FIFA's number 4. All right, so you got 5 points now. He still has 12, so you got to get back on this.
Forza Horizon 5?
No, sir.
Madden.
No Madden. Good. Madden
MLB?
Madden gets no love. No MLB. Come on, Javier. We got this.
Smash Bros.
No Smash Bros.
New World? That other MMO that came out that Amazon created?
No, sir.
Wow, because I know a lot of players play that because it's hyped to hell.
Javier?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
No.
Good guess considering the trend.
So I'm going to start throwing things out a little bit.
I have an answer though.
All right, go ahead.
Back for Blood.
No.
Okay.
But I had to think because you were closer. So that was close to another game.
Left 4 Dead.
There's another game you guys have already mentioned earlier today. 2 games you've mentioned earlier today. One that has not been mentioned at all since we started doing these podcasts ever. One that I mispronounced. I totally messed up the name before. One that David, 2 that David would be playing. All right. So.
Oh.
What?
Ghost of Tsushima.
No, but you're heading in the right direction. All right, Steven, what you got? Come on, you need this comeback, Steven.
Heading in the right direction, so it's a PlayStation exclusive?
Well, not necessarily. Not. I have no idea if it's an exclusive or not.
Is it a PS5 game? It's a Returnal.
I wouldn't think it would be a PS5, considering that not that many people have PS5s.
Yeah. Sony seems to think otherwise.
Yeah. So, what's your answer, sir?
I said Returnal.
No.
Got it.
Guilty Gear.
No. Oh my goodness.
Fortnite. I already said that.
Yeah, you already said that. Try again.
I know. League of Legends. Really? Not even League of Legends?
Nope.
All
All right, I'm gonna start saying things. You ready?
Sekiro.
Somebody stole it.
Did you?
That's a hint. I'm just saying somebody stole something.
Thief.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. All right, so he's got 2 points. So now he's got. You got 7 points now.
I love Thief.
Here we go.
Valorant.
Nope. You are my density. Come on.
I mean, there was a Back to the Future game.
I'm your density?
Yeah.
It takes 2.
That's just a hint. No, but 2's in it.
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. Very good. Tom. Tom. This is the one I always mess up.
Madden? Tom
No.
Brady?
No.
Right.
Oh my goodness,
Tom,
I
I
can't
know.
believe you guys didn't guess this one already. I totally messed up this one. C.
Tom Clancy? Oh,
Yes.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Who still plays Siege besides criminals?
That
Rainbow
was
Siege 6.
that was number 8. Destiny was 9. Minecraft 7. Apex 5. FIFA 4.
I tend not to think about Destiny because I feel like it's niche.
Number 3 was Rust.
People still play Rust?
Yeah,
People still play Rust.
That got a lot of hours.
I had
Number
somebody
3.
ask me if I
Wow.
played Rust the other day. I was like, ugh.
Wow. I'm happy for them.
Yep.
Glad
Number
people
3
are
was
enjoying the
Rust.
game. Wow.
The others were number 6, and I understand this for sure. Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah. I want to like that game. I really do. But you can't play with random people. You have to have like a solid 5 people.
That's what David does. David has a group that he actually gets on there and they play together. Number 10 is Genshin Impact.
I would never guess that. Yeah, I always forget that game exists.
That's it. But anyway, you guys got anything
I
else
thought the
you wanna
rest of the
throw?
world forgot it existed too, to be honest.
You got anything else you want to throw at the world before we log on? Before we log off for the last time in 2021. Next time you guys hear us is going to be 2022 if you're listening to us live.
So, I'm going to
this up.
do a little ad for a game that I'm not getting paid for.
Do it.
So for those of you who play Minecraft, I'm sure you've heard of the Hypixel server. The team at Hypixel was bought out by Ubisoft, and they are working on a game called Hytale right now. It's a very it's a voxel game, which is like Minecraft, just block-based games. And it looks absolutely incredible. It has been delayed so many times now, but
Naturally.
I am very cautiously optimistic because it still looks absolutely incredible. The customization, the world building, it just amazing.
Well, I gotta tell you, so things that are coming up in 2022, this has nothing to do with video games, but I saw that there's supposed to be a live action of Bongo Stray Dogs.
I am
interesting.
very, very concerned about that.
I saw that. See,
that's my favorite anime ever.
Netflix has me so confused here because I was so happy after watching
There's only one good live action.
Kenshin Himura. Listen, yeah. Kenshin Himura was so good.
That's the only good live action.
And then they destroyed it with, Cowboy Bebop. So I have mixed feelings. I hope they do a good job because again, Kenshin was excellent.
I am so concerned about it just because the world of Bungo Stray Dogs is so dependent on its on the spectacles that they create, like the visualization of everything in that world is so important. So it's gonna be really, really hard for them to do that correctly.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued, and with that, I will also say that I'm intrigued as to what 2022 is going to bring. I'm excited. It's going to be cool. Check us out, Gamers on the Edge. We're going to have new things coming up. I don't know if I've said it already, but I did book the hotel at the Holiday Inn in Clearwater for May 21st and so the 21st and 22nd, I do believe, for the GOTE for the Kids tournament.
Heck yeah.
I have not posted anything yet, so if you're listening to this live, you just heard it. GOTE for the Kids 2021 is going to be May 21st and 22nd. Again, just stay tuned. Pay attention. It's going to be hype. We're excited. And again, thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all the above. Heck, we even got a TikTok. Gamers on the Edge, Twitch. If you can afford the $5 subscription, we would greatly appreciate it. We use all of it to help out with the kids. Subscribe and forget about it. Just leave it on there. We'd greatly appreciate it. It does help make a big difference. We've donated over $100,000 since we started. And again, we're just a little family, with a bunch of friends hanging out, doing this, and trying to make a difference. And those $5 do make a difference because most of that 100,000 has come in 5s, 10s, and 20s. So again, the subs do mean a lot. We are greatly appreciative of those. And thank you so much, guys. This is us talking to you, making a difference. See ya.